We've got both of these rods going now.
Hello, it's Matt Lingard here. We're into March and we're hoping to reel in my tea today. Normally on the channel we focus in on the angling side of things and we do a bit of catch and release, but it's a gorgeous day down in Hastings and I've got nothing in the fridge to eat for tea, and who wants to go to the supermarket when it's conditions like this? Clear conditions as the water starts to ebb. So I've just had a little knock on this rod, and while I retrieve it in, without giving the game away and telling you what the fish is, without giving it away, here's some facts about dabs. I really find the third one here interesting.
Very small, whatever it is. No, it's a dab. Better than a rockling. See you, mate. A little dab. Very, very small though. Dab are quite a small flatfish anyway, but nicely unhooked. A 5-ounce lead for this one. We're going to leave this anchored to the seabed, and we've got the Cascade rig, and we're just going to stick those size 1 hooks with the sticky black salted lug. This one's from Tony's Tackle. I did have a go myself. They're nothing like his. I think the key with these sticky black lug is getting them fresh out of the ground. That's the secret. But we're going to tip that with a bit of squid as well. So 2 hooks on that first rig. Got a bite. Both of these rods going now. So we've obviously got a fish on both. I just like to wind in a little bit, see if there's any great weight on the line. I don't really want these dabs to deep hook themselves, really hard to get a hook out. So I'll just reset those, see if that makes a difference. That's a better bite. Let's go and have a look. It's the advantage of this Synetic as well, you can just pick it up, feel for the bites a bit easier. Kind of like a light continental rod. 4 ounces is its ideal weight.
What would you do? Would you lean into it, try and set the hook? There's not much tide out there. I'm quite surprised how well this beach caster picks out these bites. So if there is one on there, feels like there's something.
This feels better.
I'm taking my time bringing this in, but it is, even though you're catching little dabs here, even though you're catching small fish, I do love that bit where you first see them come through that surf. Never quite know what it is until the last few seconds. You see it coming out of the clear water. Do sometimes lose these in the surf, not on a day like today though. Not quite what we wanted, but on the other hook.
Oh, it sprang off all right.
So relatively easy to identify the dab. You've got that like half circle there, the top of the lateral line. Alongside it, the rockling, dreaded rockling, added a little bit of weight to the line. You can see these are quite easy to unhook. Size 4 is fine for the dab, especially these little tiddlers.
So this is a dab. You can tell it's a dab. It's got like a little circle there in that lateral line, like that. It's rough to the touch. And we push backwards, and they are.
You can have a little look later to see what I reckon that tastes like. I'm going to cook it in a bit of butter, salt and pepper.
They're also see-through.
I don't normally eat the fish we catch, but I think I'm going to make a real effort this year to keep the ones that are decent and good enough for eating. Not a massive fish, hardly worth a photo. Pushing the rod tip down sends the lead away. There are better casting videos. I do like a half pendulum, so you swing the lead out, back behind you, try and be quite relaxed, push and pull. Little step through, arms nice and relaxed, swing the leg back a little bit. I don't go mad with that backswing. Push and pull, push with my right hand, pull with my left, and get enough compression out of that. Quite soggy looking rod really. It's the Sandblaster. So yeah, I'm willing to listen to criticism of my average casting. It's getting a little bit better. This is the bit I really like, where you can see the fish for the first time. Assuming it's going to be a dab, you never quite know. But it is a great moment, seeing the fish for the first time. No real need to show off, just about sizable. That one there coming up, 24 centimetres.
Well, that one's a keeper. So you can tell dabs, some people do mistake them. You've got those spots can look a bit orange at times, but as well as being see-through, they're rough to the touch there. What I've done is I've just slackened off the line a little bit, so that when I tighten into it, it will bring round, almost mend the line and take that bait down tide a bit, just to give it a little bit of movement. Ordinarily you'd have your rods gripped in like that, all tight, and the fish hooks itself. But with these dabs, what I'm doing, and particularly for the place, giving myself a little bit of slack line. So just letting some line out with that. So when I tighten up, slack line goes in the tide. Adds a bit of movement really, keeps it out in the tidal run.
Well, what great fish those dabs are. Put a little rattle on the rod tip, and when we got home, the bigger ones tasted nice as well. In fact, the biggest fish was given to me by a friend who was fishing a little bit further down, so thanks very much to him. But I've just cooked them in a little bit of butter, salt, pepper, and this is the result.
Let's see what it tastes like. It's really nice. I don't want to overcook it.